as I shift. Make sure they feel the drift. Just cut the Benz with the tick. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments.
It's so important to find players you can really commit to in these first few rounds. You'd hate to have to readjust. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic. One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. Boy, a tough choice here, but one that any organization would love to have. How do you go wrong with these three guys? These middle rounds are where your decision... Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition.
You got plans to do it, but we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he did it already. Yeah.
No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come off the board. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can... And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they lean that way if a player from that team became available. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
If you ain't know me, but you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times. Pot town, that's automatic, hold down. What's that? Question, just hold it down.
Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be... Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the bitty back bragging.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
Oh, how about this for a tough choice early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with.
Let me tell you about the young man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let push down the old man. Had to change a whole...
Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you go after a position of need? Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here, or get yourself some help up front? Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front, or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? So, with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth, or do you just try to cover as many areas of the field as possible? We've seen one Detroit Lion be selected so far. Could another be far behind? Still a few holes on this roster, and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way.
We got rich in there. Been a trophy since the wine.
Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does, but it is at least a slight improvement over what they had in place.
Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul right now. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got, oh, 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 oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care where we're dancing tonight, just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I'll be waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Can I get an amen when the night ends? There's no winner when you're walking alone. Sliding down the last street as the day creeps. What you do with nobody will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul. Come on. Give me what you got. Oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got. Oh, oh, oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care where we're dancing tonight, just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I'll be waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Roll up, extra, touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Shake extra, touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Shake extra, touch and pull up, hand in hand for one last touch. Give me what you got, oh, 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 oh. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care where we're dancing tonight, just as long as you're there in the break of the light. I said, roll up, yeah, come get your love. I don't care if I'm losing my way. I'll be waiting for you as the night fades away. So roll up, roll up, roll up.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A first down throw here for Rivers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards. Fresh set of downs here. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Shift together here from the D-line. Snap count through the defense off. 5-yard penalty. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Rivers now on second down. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ahmad Brooks. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 61 yards. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. From the red zone now, Rivers. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
The intended receiver was David Johnson. And that'll bring up second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the eye. Rivers again. That's caught at the 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Marshall, the intended receiver, and that brings up fourth down. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They run. It's Johnson. And he's into the end. Touchdown, Steelers. David Johnson punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, they run with Sims. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
He gets it complete to Anquan Bolden. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Here's Hoyer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ed McCaffrey, the intended target, and it's 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They're going to try and throw. And a reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Hoyer. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys! And McCaffrey, 51 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back to some of that magic they had last time. They're still down here, Charles.
It's like their game plan is now in effect. They know.
Oh, picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he's able to get it back to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now Hoyer. A dump off to Sims. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Charles Sims from 19 yards away. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now Franks for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And he's taken
100, the magic number for a really good game for a receiver. So he got a chance to really shatter that.
Dallas gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Here's Hoyer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So on fourth down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Rivers now from the 50. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Marshall will be the lone receiver right. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ahmad Brooks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd and long for Rivers. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That one intended for Anquan Bolden. And that'll make it third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now
down on that play, maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Now Hoyer. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. They get 7 there, but it...
Came up